Good morning, all. Good morning. Savva here from Football Heritage TV. Hope everybody is well on this Monday morning. So, Spurs will always be Spurs. I tell you what has made me laugh. First of all, apologies. I've put nothing in my hair today. So please don't judge. I've put nothing in my hair. No need to. It's hot. No point in me putting any wax in my hair to sit and talk. Tottenham. Before we get into it, big up to each and every one of you. Hope you are all well. We've got some characters in the chat. There's already 120 of you. Smash the like button. Let's not play around with games. We all know the drill. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And let's have a good old chinwag about Spurs. We are now only 96 away from 7,000. It's been flying. So thank you very much to everybody supporting that. We have got loads of the usual characters in the house, but let's start off by saying big up to Santu, huge supporter of the channel, who's come in already with a huge super chat and said, Paul O'Keefe said Levy will not accept anything anything lower than 140 million euros for Harry Kane. Looks like we're pricing him out of the move and he'll go on a free next season, which would be criminal. We're going to get into this, Santu. I agree with you. Whilst I don't think Spurs should accept 80 million euros, which is 68 million pounds, I do think that pricing him at 140 million euros versus free next year. What's 140 million euros? Let's have a look. 140 million euros in sterling. 120 million pounds is 140 million euros as of 10:06 this morning. Really? That's what we're going to do with a player with 1 year left on their contract? We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. Santu, you're a legend. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you very much. Currently in here are 164 people. Big up. Welcome to you. Happy morning to you. Same Spurs, different manager. Same Spurs, different season. Same Spurs, same owner. I'll tell you what's really interested me. And sorry, I'll if you've got any questions, get them in. I'll try and get round to as many as possible to ensure they get read out. Obviously, put them as a super chat. Let's start as we mean to go on. Absolutely. Smash those likes and subscribe. Yes. So, look. I tell you what's interesting being a YouTuber is obviously YouTubers are not special in any way, shape or form. We're just idiots that put our face to our opinion, whereas most people don't put their face to the opinion. They'll put a comment to the opinion. Of course, everyone is welcome to their own. Of course, we don't know any more than anybody else. We only have our opinion. But what makes me laugh is I've been on social media since it began. I've been doing YouTube. My first YouTube channel was shut down for personal reasons, but I've been doing this now for nearly 4 years. And it is the number of fans for me that don't seem to understand Daniel Levy and the owners. It's the number of fans that want to come in and try and belittle opinions, even though the same thing happens year in, year out. Year in, year out. I'll come back to that in a second. Big up to Ben Kaufman. Absolutely, Ben is in here. He is the chief moderator. All the power of him. Good morning, Perchy. And yes, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. And what I mean by that is, if I was to read you some of the comments I got, I'll tell you what. Put in the chat. Would you like me to read you without reading names? I won't do that. Some of the comments I got about Spurs. Some of the comments I've had overnight that make me feel like I don't know my own club. Would you want to hear some of them? I'm not sure about that, but thank you. Would you like to hear some of them? Let's go through them. Right, here we go. Let me just quickly bring them up. Okay, so on YouTube, what you can do is you can go to your comment section and you can go to the ones that I'll show you. You can go to the ones, and at the top there it says, I haven't responded. If I change that to I responded, you can see all the comments that come up, all the comments, loads of comments. So some of the comments I've had is, where are we? This is a good one. I love this. I love this. As though this person doesn't know who our owners are, right? Patience. Patience. Always patience. Football is so emotional. And so we do get frustrated every transfer window. It would be better to get transfers over the line quickly so players can bond. However, if no one else is coming in for the targeted player, then there's no need to panic and behave like Man United and Chelsea. Yeah, we wouldn't want to behave like Man United and Chelsea, would we? Two of the most decorated clubs of the last 2 decades. Why would anyone want to behave like them? Like, I don't get it. It's like, there's no need to get them in quickly. Don't worry about it. There's no need. There's no need to do it. Don't worry. It just baffles me. This person's gone on to say, let's not judge until the window is closed. I mean, Perchy and I were having this chat. I don't know if you remember Perchy a little while back. And the number of times, sorry, where's my dog gone? The number of times as a Spurs fan that I've heard, wait till the window closes. Why? Listen, I don't doubt we'll bring in a centre-half, but I know that we'll make this window as difficult as possible. I know we'll do everything as slow as possible. Let's look at another comment. I'll never read out the names as well, by the way. Here we go. I've found over the 50-plus years of following Spurs, it's best to wait till the last day of the window before you worry over new players. Why? I heard this last summer. I heard this the summer before. I heard this the summer before that, and the summer before that, and the summer before that. Why are we always have to wait till the last day of the window? Surely we know now how it goes, don't we? Surely we see this every summer. All it does is give you ulcers. It's not worth winding yourself up over something we have no control over. Yeah, but we're football fans. It's what we do. It's what we talk about. It's what we debate. What about working yourselves up over it? I'm a YouTuber. If I don't come on and talk about these things, basically what people are telling me is don't YouTube. That's what I think they must be saying. Don't use YouTube. Here we go. And as for ticket prices going up, I've no sympathy with any fan who moans about it but still goes. You're part of the problem. That bit I agree with. If the first home game of the season only had 10,000 home supporters, you'd see the prices come down overnight. Stop bitching and do something about it. Well, I did. I did do something about it. I stopped going. But it just makes me laugh. Like some of the comments really, really do make me laugh. But El Dante, being a realist about the situation doesn't mean that everyone else sits and waits. We see the same thing every year. Are we not seeing the pattern? Are we not seeing the same thing? I agree with this. I actually agree with Kookaburra. I think that we will get players in. I agree, but I reckon it will be cheap options, as always. So people were messaging me last night. Let's have a look. Don't get me wrong. There's loads of people saying things like it's the same old SHIT, show interest in a player, then when the fee is given, drag it out, end up getting somebody who's third, fourth, fifth choice. So there really are people who agree. I'm not really willing to give up yet. I would like to see at least how Ange is going to go about things. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I agree with you. I don't think anyone's giving up. We're still here. No one's given up. We're fans that have been here for a while. This guy makes me laugh. He's very angry with me, this guy. I won't tell you who it is, but every day he's so angry with me. Like, it's so funny. Like, when I see a name come into my YouTube, I like it because they think they know me. First of all, they think they know me. So, like, if I do this, if I talk like this, they think I'm upset. And I'm not upset. I'm just spitting some facts. I'm really not upset. Upset is if my dog died, right? Upset isn't, oh, Spurs are messed up another transfer window. That's just Spurs being Spurs. All this crap about Harry getting our blessing to move, this needs to stop. He signed a contract. He's been paid to do his job. Spurs have been good to him. So stop this wet drip attitude by our fans. We've had nothing in trophies. Don't forget that. You don't give your blessing to getting rid of your best player no matter what cost. Harry's won us nothing. I'm so confused by that comment. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, it's not, for me, it's not about giving a blessing. It's about what's best for this football club. You know, and I think, you know, this guy's as deluded as they come, but he's true. Big up Barry, Nick, Range, whatever you want to call yourself today. How can you get angry with Football Heritage TV? Look at this face. Yeah, sorry. On the day when I've not got any hair in or beard product or anything. It's shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. It is funny. Then you get this. Now this makes me laugh. This sort of comment makes me laugh because you get this group of fans, right, that only watch the Premier League. Now, that's fine. But then if anyone else dares to watch any other league, they're told they're a liar and they can't possibly know a player. So trust me, if anyone ever meets my wife, hopefully none of you ever will, she hates it because I am always watching leagues. It doesn't matter. I'll watch a French league game if it's on a Sunday morning. I'll watch an Italian game, Spanish, English. I just watch football from all over. Copa America. I just watch football from all over. Any of my close friends will tell you that I watch the most obscure games, not as much as Strasbourg Steve, but I watch games from all leagues. But then you get the people that, oh my God, I bet you don't even know who he is, as though these players play on the moon in games that aren't televised. Do you know what I mean? We're going for a bit of a rant this morning, people. Why not? And this is a blessing in disguise. VDV is not worth the 40 million. Now we can get a ready-made defender like Tapsoba and Tosin, and we'll be in better shape. Now, the thing that makes me laugh about this is, first and foremost, if this is the target that Spurs have looked at and been talking to for 2 weeks, then why is he not worth the fee? If this guy wasn't worth the fee and isn't ready to come into the Tottenham team immediately, then why are we looking at him anyway? Second of all, 40 million these days for a player is not a lot of money unless you're a Spurs fan. 40 million is not a lot of money. Second of all, for anyone that's watched him play, I would take this guy. I like Tosin at Fulham, by the way, but I would take this guy over Tosin all day long. I'll tell you. So my reply to this was, well, we need more than one centre-back. If you can't see that, I can't help you. And he said, I said Tapsoba and Tosin, that's clear. To which I responded, I give up with this fan base. Good night. It makes me laugh. Then here's the next one. Now, bearing in mind, every one of you that knows me knows that I've championed Ange Postecoglou from the moment we were linked with him. I think I've been a big supporter of that. I was happy with his signature. And I got this. Let me know if you don't want to hear these. I just think that they're really, really funny because I just feel like some YouTube, this isn't just me, like Henry will get this, Sean will get this, but not everyone replies, and I like to reply. So frankly, Tottenham, you're doing the same thing. Why do you care so much about people's reactions? It's just funny. Relax, man. Just relax. It's like, I find it funny. Listen, it's what I don't get about people like you. I'll call you out for it. What I don't get about people like you isn't a Spurs or a football YouTube channel only as good as the people that watch and react? Surely shouldn't we all be engaging with each other? Like, shouldn't YouTubers be reading out comments? Shouldn't we be interacting? Like, why is it then if I then read out comments, oh, you care too much? All right, I'll tell you what I'll do then moving forward. I just won't read out anything. I won't read out any comments. Come on, man. Come on. Let's have a look. I think you guys don't know enough about Ange and the huge influence his training has to the fitness levels of players. I truly believe you underestimate him. I mean, I don't underestimate Ange Postecoglou. I underestimate Daniel Levy. Like, I just feel like there's a huge difference. Then you get people come in and say things like, yes, Savva, Wolfsburg wanted 30 million. Levy probably offered 20 million. So Wolfsburg put the price up. We never get anything done properly. Pathetic. Bang on. This is the problem, isn't it? That's it in a nutshell. Next person. Who says he's worth 40 million euros? Talking about Van der Ven. Did anyone know who he was 3 weeks ago? Yes, because not everyone lives under a rock. He doesn't play for a non-league club. He plays in the Bundesliga. He plays in the Bundesliga. And do you know what's funny is even people that didn't know him go out there and find out about these players. It just absolutely cracks me up. It really cracks me up. Paul has said, I love it when fans suddenly accuse you of being serious or ranting when you correct them and make them look silly. But listen, it just makes me laugh. Like, I think people get a little bit too look, I do this every day. Right? And you got to find, this is the problem. I saw that someone did this to Henry yesterday. They said, oh, Henry, you're out of order. This headline is clickbait. You've got a responsibility to the football fans. You shouldn't be putting this headline out about Harry Kane. And Henry went back and said, hey, I'm just reporting what's been said. That's what YouTubers do. You know, it's how does the media work? How does all media work? People write headlines that make people want to read it. You know, if I went on and put a headline that was, let's talk about Van der Ven and said, Van der Vendel becoming tricky. No one's going to read that. If I go on and go, Spurs are useless and haven't bought Van der Ven, people go, oh, he's ranting, he's raving. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in completely. It just makes me laugh that in any case, we have to remember that it's agents that leak information, which is often nonsense. So I said, yes, people know who he is because, funnily enough, fans watch other leagues. Some fans, like you, don't. And he's put back, I certainly wouldn't sit down and watch a Wolfsburg game, just like everyone in here. So apparently all just shy of 100, 7,000 of my subscribers, none of you ever watch any league other than the Premier League. Is this true? Is this true? I fail to believe it. If that's the case, then how would anyone ever get excited about a signing from another league? It just makes me laugh. Where are we? Yeah, and then someone's come back in and went, true, Savva, there are so many that dismiss other leagues outside the Premier League. These people really do have a lack of knowledge. And as you said on your show last night, critical thinking. It really did make me laugh. So listen, there's just a selection there that I wanted to read out. I just found them really, really, really funny. People say things that make me laugh. And that's the whole point of all of this world, right? What I would ask people, there are 325 of you in the chat, only 100 likes. Smash that like button and own up who has not subscribed. Come on, people. We are just under 100 away from getting to 7,000. So smash that like button. Help out where you can, and it will be much appreciated. Please, please, please. Don't know what that's about. So where are we? Okay, here we go. So I'm a Wolfsburg fan. Mr. J Assassin, do me a favor. Can you break it down for us in your words then? From what I'm hearing, I've seen the guy play a few times. I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched every Wolfsburg game, but I've spoken to my boys that run a Bundesliga channel. And what they said is that he's part of a very good defensive unit, that, yeah, he can be a bit raw, but that he's still learning and growing, has good leadership capabilities. And they said that his anticipation is very, very good, and he's very good on the ball. What do you make of it? Phil, I'd be really interested to hear your opinion. Hey, lots of people in the chat. Smash that like button, people. Smash the subscribe button. Let's see if we can get another 15, 20 subscribers before the end of the show. Apologies if I've missed comments. There are so many of them. Kookaburra has said, while we're twiddling our thumbs, Liverpool will jump in and grab VDV. Well, the thing is, if that does happen, what will make me laugh is when he plays well for Liverpool, our fans will say things like, oh, why don't we get players like that? The same fans that will be belittling belittling those signings. What makes me laugh is this. Anyone who watches Sanchez, Dyer, Davis, Longley, Roden, Tanganga, and then says to me, what makes you think Van der Ven gets in our team? This is mind-blowing. I've seen centre-halves when I go and watch Dartford play in the non-league that look like they could play above Dyer and Sanchez, but not the Netherlands under-21 captain. Guys and girls, let's get 5 subscribers in the next 5 minutes. Who's up for the challenge? Come on, people. Help me grow. I'll put out the content every day for you. If you help me grow, it's win-win from all sides. That would be great. So please help me grow. Sorry about that. That was just a really important message I had to read. So if we can get 5 more, let me know when you subscribed, and then I can thank you. So that would be much appreciated. Big up Mark Cousins. Yeah, I'm on. It's 10 a.m. It's a weekday. I am on. Gary O'Flynn has said, if there is football on, I watch. I love all football. Mate, that's me. My mates over the years can't believe it. Like, they'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, I'm watching Rennes versus Montpellier or something. Do you know what I mean? They're like, why? And I'm like, well, why not? Like, how do you get to know players from all around the world if you don't watch games? How do people think scouts work? They go to games where you don't know, they've heard this player's good. They've heard. They go and watch him and go, yeah, well, no, he's not what we need. I did my coaching badge when I was younger. I worked for a Premier League club. I just love football. I live it. I breathe it. I eat it. I drink it. So when people are telling me, you don't watch other leagues, it's like, oh, please. Like, who was it that I was having a conversation with the other day? And they said, oh, I bet you hardly seen Amrabat play. What? What do you mean hardly seen Amrabat play as though he plays in a different planet? Oh, just these people make me laugh. Strasbourg Steve, big up. Now, this man watches more football than anyone I know. And I said, yeah, we all never watch Wolfsburg. Laugh out loud. Absolutely. It's like last year, what I started to do towards the end of the season, the more we were linked with Xavi Alonso, the more I started to watch Bayer Leverkusen. And the more you start watching those teams, you realize there's some really good players there. This notion where people call it a farmers league, watch other leagues. There are some very good players out there. Zaki is a Bayern fan. Big up, Zaki. I hope you're well. As always, we welcome fans from all clubs here. Thank you for the 4 people that have subscribed. If we can get to another 3 or 4 subscribers in the next few minutes, that would be brilliant. Let's have a look. Sorry, Sif Fabrizio Romano has posted a story. I thought it might be us, hoping, but it's not. Frankly Tottenham said, Savva, Henry's video yesterday was Harry Kane will jump Bayern Munich. That's semi-clickbaiting. Almost gave me a heart attack. But come on, Henry's read the same things that you've read, right? Henry's read the same things that you said. He's put a video out there. He's getting attention on it. He's not doing anything wrong. This is what people do. Savadog woof woof. Okay. El Dante, big up, that said, please smash if you are enjoying today's content. Even if you're not, just do it anyway. I mean, may as well whilst you're here. Absolutely. As I said, it astounds me that when I look at my data, that 40% of my viewers daily watch me for longer than an hour and don't subscribe. It makes me laugh. I can't believe I'd ever watch somebody that I don't want to watch. But hey, it is what it is. Phil Pierce said, over 300 peeps in here. Wild for Monday morning. Huge love. Yeah, 358 of you to be precise. And the likes are on 133. That means over 220 of you haven't liked. Smash that like button. Please subscribe. Sorry to the person that just unsubscribed. Sorry didn't you like what you heard. Let's get a couple more subscribers ASAP. Zaki has said, Van der Ven is a huge talent. Bayern had him on their list if the deal for Kim didn't work out. I've seen him. I like what I've seen, but apparently you're not allowed to like it. Not allowed to like it. Aaron has said, what about Victor Nelson from Galatasaray? Read a lot of articles about him wanting to join Spurs. Was it true or fake news? I mean, I don't know. He could be on our list. Who knows? I've watched videos. I've not seen this guy live. I've watched videos. He looks like he's got a wonderful array of passing, but sometimes from those videos, not me. I mean, I feel like I can't get enough understanding as how good a defender are they? How well do they read the game? But again, lots of clubs apparently looking at him. Deja 19 has said for sure Liverpool are interested. They upped the ante by 10 million. This is always the worry if you take this long, isn't it? Other clubs will come in. Then, as I said, when these other clubs get these players through the door, our fans start going, why can't we get players like that? Well, you didn't want players like that. Sven Botman, I remember last year, the number of Spurs fans saying they wouldn't want Botman, and he wasn't any good. And he only plays in the Farmers French League. He couldn't hack it in the Premier League. Looks pretty special, doesn't he, for what, 40 million or whatever they paid for him? Philly has said, my heart breaks for Alex Philp. He has and other fans who love the club and back it out of loyalty, but are exploited by a greedy CEO who only ambition on money. Absolutely. Listen, I feel for these people. Fair play to them. They put their money where their mouth is, but I couldn't pay to back these owners. Dave Clark has said, I'm from Wolfsburg, went to Wolfsburg High School, and my local is the Wolfsburg Inn. Van der Ven is awesome, but trust in Levy. He will get a bargain just as good from the Dutch second division. Hey, DJ Greenlut said, VDV will never get in our team. Levy won't buy him. Yeah, I think that's a worry, isn't it? Mr. MJR Assassin 123, who is a Wolfsburg fan, has said, so we get everyone in here. We get Wolfsburg fans. We get Gooners in here, Chelsea, Newcastle. We've got Newcastle fans in here right now, Leicester fans. We've got Tottenham fans. It is what it is. Said he is very raw, but is progressing. He is building in strength each season and is also passing more and more accurately. He is worth 35 million easy. In 2 years, I'm thinking 50 to 60. What I can see happening, mate, thank you very much for giving us that analysis, is this looks like another player where if we don't get him, we'll go somewhere else. And then when he's worth 60, 70 million, fans will go, oh, why don't we go and bid for... No. We did this years ago. I remember with James Maddison. I remember saying it when James Maddison was at Coventry. People going, oh, no, he can't handle the Premier League. People are doing it now about Alex Scott. We do it all the time. We feel like no one's good enough for us, but our 11 is rubbish. El Dante has said, I think no truth in the Cucurella rumours. I think that's just talk to generate interest. I can't see this as a story. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I cannot see this as a story. I think they paid a lot of money for him. He's only been there a year. And I can't see Chelsea selling to Tottenham Hotspur. I just can't see it. What do you guys think? I can't see it as a story. I can't see that this is a priority. We've got a Doji that can play there. We've got Reggie that can play there. At the moment, you've still got Sessegnon, Davis, Perisic. We've got a lot of left-sided players. I just can't see this as a story. Q7, big up as a channel member. I hope you are well, my friend. I said, morning, Savva and chat. Does Kane deserve some of the blame for this circus? To this date, he still hasn't said a word. I think he wants to leave, but he's staying quiet in case it doesn't happen. Harry Kane, look, we're getting to that stage, aren't we? Where sorry, 1 second. We're getting to that stage where I think the difficulty is he's on holiday. He's not returning to the club until Wednesday. Look, for Bayern to keep making these bids, they must have had some indication that Harry will move to Germany. I fail to believe that they have not spoken to his representatives and have been told, no, he won't come. Otherwise, why would they keep bidding? But I don't know. We're going to find out. It needs to be wrapped up either way. It's boring now, isn't it? We're here. We've got the Harry Kane saga every single window. I just feel it needs to either sign that new contract, stay at Spurs for the rest of your career, or just leave. I'm so bored of it now. I don't care if it's Kane. I don't care if it's anyone. Just bored of it. Jimmy has said, I love watching every other club. It's Spurs I hate watching. Absolutely. It can be tough, especially under Antonio Conte. So many fans liked him. Baffling. Thank you to the 6 people who have just subscribed. Let's see. Can we get another 5 to 10 subscribers by 11 o'clock? We're on 6,908 subscribers. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me that people keep subscribing. Um, Jake B has said, forget about seeing what happens when the window closes. Let's see who gets on the plane. Jake, this is the thing for me. We've got a pre-season tour starting on Friday. Why, oh, why, oh, why wouldn't we want our new centre-backs in time for that? Sorry, it is really hot where I am. I'd say the problem with it is the window is on a main road, right? So I don't know why I'm even attempting to show you that. All you can see is light. The window is on a main road, so I can't open this window. I've got any YouTuber will tell you, anyone who streams, I've got two lights either side of the screen to light my face up. Otherwise, it looks like this, right? And it is hot. It's really hot. So apologies when I do stop for a water break. Apologies. DJ 90. DJ, how am I pronouncing your name? Is it DJ? Tell me how I should be pronouncing your name. Levy out. Here's an ejection seat in a helicopter. He just won't go. Where are we? So many comments. Everybody, my stalkers in here. Jib, morning. Jib, how are you, my friend? How are you? You haven't said anything horrible about me yet today. Hope you're well. Swanex has said, with your love for the game, why did you stop working in football? There was no money in it, to be honest. At the time, I was only young. There was no money in it. And I pursued other things that I went to do. But yeah, maybe one day we'll dip back into it. But hey, it is what it is. Where are we? There's so many comments. Football is the game. I mean, Ronaldinho, what a player. Savva, do you think a bid of 100 million from United gets accepted? As I see Kane causing up a fuss if Levy decides to overprice him. I think for him to go to Man United, I think for him to go to a club in England, it's 110. I think for him to go abroad, I think it's 95 million, 90 million. That's just my opinion. I have no basis on which to implement that theory. It's just my theory. I think sometimes people take everything I say for granted. It's just my opinion at the end of the day. Good morning, Jib. Good morning. You've been nice today. Daniel Field, big up and said, hey, Savva, just tuned in. Savva, saw you on Never a Foul. Of course, Solomon is a good signing. Free and wanted Spurs too. Yep. By the way, anyone asking that, I didn't say Solomon was a bad signing on Never a Foul. I think those two things are unrelated. But yeah, big up to the boys over at Never a Foul. Subscribe to them. They have some really funny debates, some really passionate football debates over there. Get the likes up, people. Absolutely. Fraudulent thumbs to hit the button, you bunch of bums. I mean, I won't call you a bunch of bums, but please smash that like button. We've got 163 likes and there's 404 of you in here. That's less than 50%. MJR Assassin has said Bundesliga is more competitive than the Premier League. 4 teams fighting for the league title. Oh, I'm not going to get into that debate. I had this debate on Friday about people saying, oh, why would Kane go to Bayern? And I said, well, isn't it the same as Kane going to City? You know who's going to win the league. Just is what it is. East London Gooner, big up to you, has said, why do they call the Bundesliga a farmers league, Savva? I just think a lot of people from a lot of English fans especially really do belittle other leagues. Sky has driven it into us that ours is the best league. It's the most competitive. It's where all the money is. But there's some good players all over the world. Savadog Wolf said, is the Cucurella bid serious? Thoughts on this? Chelsea sent out desperate to raise funds. Listen, I don't, for me personally, I can't see this as a starter. As I said before, I don't believe that. I think Poch will enjoy working with Cucurella, but that's just me. Where are we? Sorry, there's so many comments. I do apologize if I've missed out anything. I really do. It's never my intention. Strasbourg Steve coming in with a super chat. Big up to you, Steve. And I said, when someone says Farmers League, it immediately exposes their lack of football knowledge. I agree, Steve. It makes me laugh. I had this in a WhatsApp group I'm in on Friday, where people going, oh, when you look at the German league, Bayern win it by a landslide every year. I said, well, hang on, didn't they just win the league this year on goal difference? Didn't they win the league this year because Dortmund absolutely flopped on the last day of the season at home? in a game they should have won. You know what I mean? At the same time, Man City have won 5 of the last 6 Premier Leagues. So if theirs is a Farmers League because one team wins it, so is France, so is England. The only league that's competitive, I'm going to say it, the only league that's really, really competitive, 2, is the Dutch league and the Italian league. If you look at those leagues, different teams seem to win it every year the last 3 or 4 years. In England, it's City. In France, it's PSG. In Germany, it's Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. But thank you for the super chat, Steve. Crocodocs, big up for the super chat. Hope you're well, my friend. Has said, just remember, Savva, no matter how bad it gets and how many transfers fizzle out, Dyer wants to fight for his place. Seriously, the pain never ends. I think on top of this, Crocodocs, what makes me laugh is it's not only that Dyer wants to stay and fight for his place. It's that we are so heavily linked to bring back Longley to add to it. Like, it's almost like we were awful at the back last year. Let's bring back one of the players that contributed to that, and let's let Dyer stay, who also contributed to that. I saw a YouTube show yesterday, which was about can Ange Postecoglou revive Tanganga's career? And you know, when you just think, oh my God, how many years are we going to do this as a fan base? Let's give him another chance. He ain't good enough. Let's give Dyer another chance. Let's give Ndombele another chance and Sessegnon another chance. Let's keep giving players another chance. Then when we don't win anything and we don't get better, fans will go, oh my God, I don't know why we're not getting better. Yeah, maybe it's because we keep giving the same players who aren't good enough a chance. Rant over. Thank you to the 2 people that just subscribed. Can we get another 3 or 4 subscribers by 11 o'clock? We're now on 6,910. Come on, let's get that up to at least 6,930 by the end of the show. And the last super chat we have got here is from SPT, the Single Parent Theory. Big up to you. Hope everything is well. Said, if we don't get a centre-back, either Van der Ven, Tapsoba or Tosin, Ange is doomed. It proves Levy is far too involved about a system he will never understand. Sad. Listen, thank you to everyone for those super chats. If you do want to guarantee your comment getting read out, please put in a super chat. I can't agree with you more. I think we will get a centre-back. I don't worry that we won't. My worry is, what will the level be? Let's be brutally honest. Yeah, let's be brutally honest. If Tapsoba was our number 1 transfer target at centre-half, how was this deal not done? You know, if you're buying, people talk about ready-made centre-backs. Cool. Tapsoba's your guy, right? If Tapsoba's your guy, Tottenham have identified our number 1 transfer target is Tapsoba. Why has no bid gone in for him? How are we not in a stage where we're bidding for this guy? It's just absolutely baffling. Apologies if I do miss any comments. I feel like I've probably missed loads. C to the Fourth says, Savva, do you think there should have been more regulation over football clubs as they are allowed to act like private companies but are designed to serve the public by nature? Well, that's a deep question. Look, I'm a believer in... Look, it's the same old argument. I was having this argument with someone on Friday. They said, oh, footballers being paid this much money is disgusting. Look at doctors and nurses. And I always say, well, look, one's paid privately. You know, the football clubs paying their footballers 400 grand a week, 300 grand a week is nothing to do with the NHS. You know, there's a huge difference. I don't want to get into a political debate, but if clubs want to pay their players this, that's on them. All right? Fans won't like it. Of course they won't. But unfortunately, that's the way it's gone. Jibber said, Savva, very unrealistic question. Let's say we make one more signing. Would you rather it be Kylian Mbappe or Tapsoba? Bearing in mind, it'll be our final transfer of the window. Yeah, a very unrealistic question. I mean, then in that scenario, it would have to be Kylian Mbappe, wouldn't it? I mean, you wouldn't never want Kylian Mbappe at your club. I see what you're trying to do there. It would have been better if the options would be Kylian Mbappe or Ruben Diaz would have been a more realistic, in your unrealistic question, if that makes sense. But I see what you tried to do there. Oh, yeah, that was funny debate, wasn't it? The Beardsley, Lionel Messi debate was very funny. Guys and girls, there's 444 of you in here. Big up to all 444 of you. All the fours, only 177 likes. Now, yesterday, somebody said, why do YouTubers keep banging on about likes? What is it? When people like the channel they are watching, it helps the algorithm move around YouTube and around the internet. So more people come, more people watch, and that's how you grow your channel. It's that simple. And Mark has said, yeah, don't forget there's Yeovil fans in here. So sorry, Mark. Where are we? So there are so many. There are so many comments. I'm so sorry if I miss any of them out. I feel like I've missed loads, but they're just going absolutely mental in the chat, and I can't keep up. Let me try and catch up a little bit to where we are now. Raul has said, why you keep on taking shots at Conte every now and then? Mate, it's not going to be rosy under it and Postecoglou. Rahul, I love the irony of you telling me off for taking a shot at Conte and then have called our current manager in Postecoglou. You're a clown, Raul. I take digs at Conte because I can't stand his football. For me, he made me fall out of love with my football club. There you go, if you want to hear it. But if you're going to tell me off for it and then go and do it, doesn't that make you as bad as me? Engage this, Raul. Engage this. Purchase said, tell me that, Savva. I have 90% humidity with said lights. Mate, it is hot, isn't it? When you YouTube, it is hot. But hey, we do what we do. I've got a fan and it's still really, really hot. Good morning to you, loves music. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Phil P, one of the Phil Army, has said, Savva, can we crowdfund a fan for under the desk? No, I've got a fan. It's just hot. Phil, you know the lights, so when they come down, it overpowers the fan sometimes. Big up to Daniel Sandoval. Big up to you. Always in the chat. Hope you are well. Mike Reyes. Mike, I am going to stop reading out your comments very soon. I see you always in. When I go to other channels, you're always in there having a dig at me. Don't think I don't read the comments. I see you. I know your slippery snake-like behavior. Has said, your favorite football YouTuber and a YouTuber in general. I don't have a favorite. I've got a selection I watch. I only watch a selection. I don't have a favorite. I don't have like only one person on my alert. And my favorite YouTuber in general, again, I don't really have I don't have a favorite. Sorry, I know that's a really boring answer, but I don't have one person I must go and watch every day. But obviously, I've got a little clique of people I work with within the Spurs industry. I watch a lot. I watch rants a lot. I like watching Saeed TV. Funnily enough, I'm on with Saeed at midday today. Come and join us on his channel at midday. Dynamo said, Solomon better than Kulusevski. We'll see. I mean, he got more goals last year, didn't he, than Kulusevski. Troy has said, big up, Savva. Big up to you as well, my friend. I think sell Kane to Munich for between 70 or 80 million plus Sadio Mane to spend the 80 million on free centre-halves. I'd hate to see him go, but leaving a year for free is awful. Troy, I reckon I would actually rate Daniel Levy if he pulled that deal off. Sadio Mane plus 70 or 80 million. All day long. And I agree with you. Losing him on a free would just be absolutely shambolic. It really would be. Smash the likes, people. We're 11 away from 200. Let's get to 200 at least. With 438 of you in here now. 438. And please, anyone that hasn't, go and smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 7K as much as possible. Oh, I hate it when people do this. I'm not missing super chats. I always have them there. I always have them ready to read out. Please, please, please. I wish people would stop telling YouTubers they've missed super chats. Big up for Sil, who said, love watching your channel. 5:40 a.m. here in Florida. Well, happy morning to you. Happy morning to you. I believe, I know Kane comes back Wednesday. I'm not sure if the others come back today. Hey, it is what it is. God, there's so many. Arian has said, hey, Savva, big up, mate. Who would you replace Kane if you got money in for him? I'd say Luis Openda and Santiago Jimenez would be two young players who wouldn't be over 30 million each. I've actually said, for me, I don't think it will be a like for like replacement. I feel that if Kane was to go, I think um we then look at how do we add more goals as a collective. I think we then look at a different way of playing. I almost feel that having Harry Kane, and people will not understand this if they don't think critically, it's the best thing in the world for us and the worst thing, because we just rely on him. At the moment, there are other clubs, like look at Arsenal. Arsenal have actually built a team without a superstar that all dip in and score goals. We've got a team with one superstar who scores all our goals. I think we need to be a bit more like them. I think you need to have Maddison with 10 to 15 goals, Son with 10 to 15 goals, Kulu with 10 to 15 goals. And I think if Kane was to go, I think you add in another player like those I mentioned, like the Sons, the Maddisons, the Kulus, the people who are the next level down from Kane. Because let's be fair, if we sell Harry Kane, I mean, there aren't Harry Kanes in the world. And if there are, they're not joining Tottenham Hotspur. And I know people will say I'm knocking the club. I'm not. There's not many strikers in the world of that caliber. And if they are, they're playing for Real Madrid. They're playing for Barcelona. They're playing for Man City. They're not playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, other than Kane, they're not going to come to Tottenham Hotspur. Siege the Fourth said people thought Andrew was in control and going to get backed. A guy from Celtic on cheap wages is going to get backing. Conte and Jose didn't. I think the difference is, Siege the Fourth, is that the backing that Ange will want will be cheaper and different to the backing that Jose and Conte needed. I think that's what people miss. Again, it's that critical thinking. Sentence like that don't make sense. Conte and Jose want the 70, 80 million pound centre halves. They want the ready-made winners. I think Postecoglou's more of a coach that doesn't. He wants your Van der Vens. Conte wouldn't have had a Van der Ven. Do you know what I mean? So we've got to be, when we say these things, I think we've got to think a little bit more critically. I'm not going to bring anyone on today, to be honest, frankly, Tottenham. Sorry, just so you know, I'm not going to bring anyone on today. I burnt by this a few weeks back, so I'm not going to at the moment. Thank you very much to whoever just subscribed. Please keep smashing that subscribe button. Big up, Josh, Spurs Live as well. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you're well. I see you're doing really good things over there on Instagram. Your channel is massive now. Kudos. I don't want Mbappe. Oh, let's be honest. If Mbappe's offered you, you're not. How are you saying no to Mbappe? Really? You wouldn't want Mbappe? Paul has said people just don't understand the employment market. Your wage is proportional to the money you generate for others. Nurses don't sell much merch. Unfortunately, this is the way of the world. You know, unfortunately, nurses and doctors are paid by the NHS unless they go private, right? And footballers that are paid by great big billionaire corporations. It's, you know, they deliver a service that makes the company club money, and hey, it is what it is. Where are we? Jesus, there are so many people in here. Romano's tweeted something, has he? Let's have a look what Romano's tweeted. People always say this, and then I go over there and there's nothing there. Let's have a look. Are we talking about Solomon? I can see that he's reported that Solomon is in London for his medical. Yeah, I think we knew that. And I'll tell you what Romano has tweeted is that Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia have submitted a concrete and important proposal for Lazio midfielder Serge Milinkovic-Savic. Wow. Serge Milinkovic-Savic could be going to Saudi Arabia to join all the rest. Is anyone surprised anymore? Nope. 460 of you in the chat and only 208 likes. Can 100 of you that haven't please go over and just smash that like button and help me out? And there must be 10 to 15 of you that haven't subscribed. Smash the subscribe button. Ben will put it in the link. Someone will put it in the chat. Here we go. Oh, we're going to have one of these today. Yeah, okay, I'm a clown, right? We shall see your reaction in 12 months when people are calling for his head, including you. I won't be calling for his head. So, Raul, you don't know me. You don't know me. This is the problem. If you're going to come in, at least know me. At least know me. Anyone who's in a WhatsApp group with me will know my position on Spurs at the moment. Why would I call for his head? It's you can say this. Why would I call for his head? At the end of the day, the club is in an absolute mess. We've got a forward-thinking manager now that we need to give time to. It could be a rough and bumpy season. I've already said that, Roll. 2 of these, 1 of these. 2 of these, 1 of these. All right? I've already said that, Roll. So you can pretend you know me. You can pretend you know how I think, but you don't. If you actually listen carefully, you don't. Listen, I sorry, look, I thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. I won't be bringing anyone. I won't be bringing on anyone today. Just because sometimes I like to do the shows by myself. But I will have you on another day, I promise. And we can talk about Harry Kane. It's gonna rumble on and rumble on. But thank you so much for the super chat. It's much appreciated. SPT, the single parent theory, again with another super chat. Thank you very much. Said I'm excited to hear the press conference this morning. Don't tell Raul. He calls him Imposter Coglu. Imposter Coglu. Imagine that. Wow. Mia, big up Mia in the chat. If you haven't subscribed to Mia, Spurs Between the Lines, please get over there and subscribe. Great content creator. Says it as it is. Shoots from the hip. We all love Mia. Has said, question, if Kane doesn't sign a contract, would you take him on pre-season? Do you think Ange will? I think they will. I think more than anything, I think it will be the hysteria it would create if he didn't go. I don't know. I think at some point, if he doesn't, listen, I would sell him. If he doesn't sign a contract, I would sell him. That, you know my opinion on that, Mia. But I don't know. I just don't know at this stage of the season. I just don't know. I wouldn't take him, but I feel they will, because otherwise the rumors, the hysteria, Kane's down tools, all this kind of stuff will come out, and I just don't think that they'll want that. Maguire is up for sale. I saw a Spurs fan ring in TalkSport last night saying he would sign Harry Maguire. Just saying. Spurs Live, big up Josh, has said 80 million gives you maybe 2 players. Definitely average players. You can't replace Kane with 80 million. There aren't 2 players that together would go for 80 million that could replace Kane. I agree, Josh. I think it's about finding a different way of playing. Look, Spurs can't sign a single player that's going to score 30 goals a season, right? We can't if Kane goes. But then that's where I think you say to Sonny. Sonny maybe go through the middle and get 18 goals. Maddison, as I said, Kulu. Richarlison's got to step up with some. You get in another attacking midfielder or a wide forward that chips in with 10 to 15. That's when you start looking like a club rather than a one-man team. Only my opinion, but that's what Arsenal have just done. Look at Brighton. Brighton finished above us. Their top goal scorer had 12 goals. 12 goals. That's mental. 12 goals. Leon has said, I think Bayern try to offload Mane to Saudi. Yeah, I can't see him coming to us. I'd take him all day long, but I think he will go to Saudi Arabia. Korma has said Kulusevski is trash. I think that's a bit harsh. I think he's got a lot to prove, but I don't think he's harsh. Lord Coleslaw. Lord Coleslaw. Oh, imagine being the lord of a mayonnaise-based product. Savva, big fan of yours from Pakistan. If Kane were to leave, which player would you prefer replacing him with? As I just said, I would look at some young, hungry, wide forwards. I don't know. I don't think there's many out there. I don't think there's many good attacking players out there. That's always going to be a problem. Philly said Mourinho said he was a special guy. I wonder if Levy believes when they say he is a tough negotiator. It's a compliment. Personally, I don't think it is. We'll see. Tyrell Gunner, big up to you, my man. DJ Green Alert said we've always relied on 1 or 2 players, Savva, Berber, Bale, Modric, Kane, Sonny. I agree, and I think that is what I would love this new manager to move away from, if I'm honest. As you can see, I'm not as caught up on the Harry Kane leaving as everyone else. I actually think for the long term of the football club, it wouldn't be awful. I think short-term pain for long-term gain. That's just me. Cynical Dad has said, build a team like Pep We need to get more players on the score sheet. Yeah, we can't just have one bloke banging in 30. We need to get 3 or 4 players into double digits. THFC Circus, sorry, a lot of people. Bear with me 1 second. It's madness in here. There's 480 people in here. So big up to all of you. Sorry, drank that too quick. Big up to all of you. Keep smashing the like button. We're at 227 likes. Keep smashing that like button. Where are we? If to ensure your message gets read out, put it as a super chat. Please like, please subscribe. Let's get to 6,930 by the end of the show. We are 17 away from that. Let's do that. That would be much appreciated. Where are we? Hi, Sav. On a different topic. Couple of things I've picked up on in the training sessions. I've noticed Ange gets the keepers involved in the small passing drills, even Lloris. I'm guessing that's a surefire way to make them better with their feet. I'm sure that's how they get better with their feet, right? Where are we? Loads and loads and loads of people in the chat. This is absolutely crazy. Red Dawn, Dan, Den, whatever that is, has said, I'm not that confident if we sell Kane, we will buy half the player. Levy will buy some, pass for 25 million and pocket the rest of the money. I think that if Kane was to go, we'd see 2 or 3 come in. We just wouldn't see a superstar forward because there aren't many. Big up to Perchy. Hope you're well, my man. Hope you're well. Yes, please do subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Here's Ulfric, always in the chat. Ulfric has said, morning, Savva. Here is my daily salute to King Harry Edward Kane, England's captain and greatest ever player. I mean, he's not England's greatest ever player, is he? Let's be brutally honest. I think we go really overboard. Really, really do. He's a great player. I don't think he's the greatest ever. England have won World Cups with players like Bobby Moore and Bobby Charlton. You know what I mean? We've had players like Paul Gascoigne and Glenn Hoddle. Wow, just wow. Adam has said Kane should be given till the 1st of August to sign a new deal or F off. For me, I look, the problem is, how do you enforce that? This is the problem. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but how do you enforce that? How do you turn around and say, right, you've got to go by that point, because Spurs would have to then accept a lower bid and assume that the player will go to wherever we want him to go to. Look, it is how it is, but SPT, big up. I said, how are you going to go with 100k subs, Savva? You'll be there sooner than later. I mean, I'm not sure about 100k subs. Let's just worry about getting to 7k, then 10. But, you know, we've only been going for 15 months, so I'm quite proud of how quickly the channel has grown. But, hey, we're you know, we need more people to subscribe. We need to get to 7k. And we are close to 1 million views on the channel as well. So I'm really proud of that. Philly has said, one of the issues we have now is Ange could be in a Nuno situation where we have an unhappy, unsettling team harmony. That is why if Kane doesn't want to be here, I've said let him go. But fans are too emotionally attached, Phil. If Kane is giving Bayern the signal that, yeah, I would move, then he don't want to be at Tottenham. Sell him if he wants to go. Where are we? Loads and loads of comments. Sorry, I'm picking them at random, by the way. El Tel said, morning, Savva. Would you take Sancho at a decent clip, possibly 30 million? Look, I don't know with Sancho. I've never been the biggest Jadon Sancho fan. For me, he's a little bit too in and out. But if you're going to spend that money and Postecoglou wants him, cool. But I don't know. There's something I've never really warmed to with him. I don't think he's a bad player. Again, with me, a lot of players I find where I struggle with them is consistency. It's where I struggle with players like Romero. It's where I struggle with players like Kulusevski, Son. It's consistency. Consistency. That for me, it doesn't matter who you are, how good you are. I like consistency in players. That's just me. That's just me. Rob, absolutely. Yeah, go to the Perchy TV. He's relatively new to the community, but his streams are up there with the best. Good luck with a charity stream. Yes, please subscribe to Man Like Perchy. He's new to the YouTube channel community, but he's not new to the Spurs community. And yes, he has got a 24-hour charity stream on Friday. I'll be joining him for for a period of time. So please get over there, like, subscribe, and help a brother out. That would be great. Adam Phillip has said signing Ivan Toney in January is a must. I mean, I suppose a lot of clubs will feel that way. Right, people, I'm going to set a challenge. It's 11:05 in the UK, or 4 minutes past 11 in the UK. By 11:15, can we get another 10 subscribers to get to 6,920? 10 subscribers. You don't even have to leave the page. It's there. Ben will put it in the chat. I'm sure Perchy will for me as well. Smash the subscribe button. Let's build the channel. And if I can get somewhere near 7,000 today, I'll be absolutely chuffed, and it will be because of you lot. He does love Kane. Look, I feel like we all love Kane, but I just feel that some people go well overboard. They're footballers. They will leave eventually. They will leave. And in 5 years, we won't be talking about Harry Kane because we'll have new players that we idolise. It's always been that way. And I get it. Some people are really, really emotionally attached to footballers. I get it. Where are we? Oh, God. Gaza was... Gaza was just different gravy, wasn't he? Different gravy. Rich said you can give Kane a deadline, but then Bayern's bids 100 million at the end of August. At the end of the day, we can give him a deadline depending if we're prepared to take lesser fee. You can give him the deadline, but if we're not prepared to accept the fee from Bayern Munich, then it doesn't really matter, does it? I agree. Oh my God. Cynical dad. The sentiment over Dele Alli for years when he was awful was just embarrassing. He'll come good. This manager will get the best out of him. You could see from a million miles away, the guy had been poor for 3 years. His heart wasn't in it. But yet fans, they insisted. We've got fans doing it with Ndombele. Another year. Oh, God. Let's give him a 5th year to try and make it work. It's just embarrassing. Strip Bear. Strip Bear has just become a YouTube channel member. Yeah, thank you very much. If you would like to become a channel member like Strip Bear, it is on my homepage. Please feel free. Yeah, but frankly, Tottenham, I'm not letting people on today. That's the only thing. It's not all the time, but I just today I'm not letting people on. But thank you, Strip Bear, for becoming a channel member. It is much appreciated. Zebedee has said, Ange has always said how important pre-season is to him. He needs that time to drill the system into the players. Yes, hence why all these people going, oh, as long as we get the players in by the end of August. No. If you want Tap Sober, go and get Tap Sober. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Where are we? God, there's so many comments. It's absolutely ridiculous in here. Big up to each and every one of you. Hope you're well. Thank you for the 3 people that have just subscribed. Can we get 7 more by 20 past 11? 7 more. Come on, people. That is one sub every 2 minutes. Come on. I did read this. Have you heard Poch wants to speak to Dele Alli to see what's going on with him? Is there any way back for him? I think that may have been lost in translation with the wording. I feel that he may want to speak to him, but I think people are just going to assume that means he's going to join Chelsea. If he joins Chelsea, that would be hilarious. But yes, I did see that. Smash the subscribe button, people. 7 more. We can do this. We can do this. Absolutely. Being alive, watching Gaza at White Hart Lane. Yeah, I don't see players like that. It's like, don't get me wrong. I think Harry Kane is a wonderful player. Of course he is. He's a world-class, wonderful footballer. But he don't get me off my seat. It's not like Gaza did, like Bale did, like Ginola did. I think Spurs really need one of them. Sometime soon. I'm praying for it. Absolutely. You can click the join button to be a member next to subscribe. Absolutely. Makes me laugh, Perchy. It is free for people to click the like button and the subscribe button. But sometimes they don't. Hey, what can we do? Hodgod10, who's also a channel member, has said, morning, Savva. Good morning to you. Sancho and Maguire for Kane. That's a Levy deal. Oh, can you imagine? I can just imagine this is the sort of thing he would do. No, Pope Marmalade second. What a name that is. Can Dyer reinvent himself for the season? He seems to be talking the talk. He's been talking the talk for a decade. Skinny Lee has simply said, Come on, you Spurs. Rooty Tutor said, we're not going to get tap sober. Lucky if we get Nelson and Tosin. I'm starting to get those vibes. DJ Green Alert said, Savva, you'd be a legend on an ideal home channel. I'm not so sure about that. THSC Circus said, Fabrizio Romano is in London. Sorry. Oh, right. Okay. Spurs are not intention to accept 80 million plus add-ons for Kane. Yeah, I didn't think they would accept it because it's 68 million pounds in sterling. I didn't think they'd accept it at all. I think it needs to be near a 90 million. Is there an Ange press conference today? Some people are saying there are. Let's see. TF Swag has said Ollie Watkins would be good for the Ange system, but Villa won't sell him for a low fee to us. Yeah, I think Villa are on the up. I can't see Villa selling their best players. I just can't see it, if I'm really, really honest. SPT says, Savva, I like Sean, Ben, Sim, Dave, and Harry, etc. I subscribe to you. This is a massive year for Spurs, and I need the truth. Yeah, listen, there's so many good YouTubers out there. Everyone's got a slightly different take. Sean's got his way. Ben's got Ben and Sim have got their way. Dave's got, everyone's got their different style, but everyone's just doing their own thing, right? And whether you like everybody or not, they're just doing their own thing in life. They're not hurting anyone. And it does amaze me the number of people that come into comments and are so vile towards YouTubers. It really does make me laugh. Where are we? Mark Cousins. Gazza was all right at BTEC. Gary Mabbott. Oh, what another top player, Mark, wasn't he? Gary Mabbott. That's who you want at your centre half right now, isn't it? A proper stalwart of a centre half. Thank you to the 2 people that just subscribed. We are now 5 subscribers away from hitting that target today of 6,920. Can we do it? Please, people. Rov Shan, big up to Rov Shan, said, hello, Savva, are you optimistic for the upcoming season? In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. I'm optimistic that we've got an attacking manager and that we've got a playmaker like Maddison and that we've got a new goalkeeper. I just feel like everyone else, I can't be as optimistic as I want to be until we get these centre halves through the door. I just can't see it. I'm just so worried. There are 265 likes and 445 people. Let's smash the likes, people. Let's do it. And there's a super chat from DJ19 who has said, we need centre-backs. Why the massive lag on this? This is imperative, and the supposed haggling is getting on my nerves. Get them in. I can't disagree with you at all. I fully concur. Spurs are being about as tight as some of the people in this chat that don't like and don't subscribe. 5 more subscribers. That's all we need. Thank you so much for the super chat. I cannot agree with this more. It is absolutely imperative. For me, I think if Spurs want to act like a proper club, we need to see Tapsoba jumping on a plane. We need to see someone like Taps. It doesn't have to be Tapsoba, but we need to see a top centre half jumping on a plane this week to go with the rest of the team on tour. We cannot be starting pre-season friendlies. What will happen? We'll have a pre-season friendly. Dyer or Sanchez will play well, or Tanganga, and people will go, oh, they look different this year. And you just think, oh my God. That's me banging my head, by the way. That is what we will do. We have such a reactionary fan base. A player has 5 good games and all of a sudden we shouldn't sell them. We see a player have 4 bad years like Ndombele and we want to keep them. It's just madness. Look how long we kept Lucas Moura. Eltel has said Barcelona chat, their YouTube channels are reporting that Fulham and Crystal Palace have bids for Serginho Dest. It's an interesting one. Very interesting. Okay, everyone's saying that there's an Ange press conference at 1 p.m. Yeah, it should be good. I like listening to the guy talk. The THFC Circus has said, question, people keep harping on about Ivan Toney. Given the baggage that comes with him, do you think he's worth the risk? We should learn from the Paratici situation. Look, this is a tough one, right? Look, he's paying the price for what he's done. He's paying the price, right? I'm a believer that people deserve second, third, fourth chances in life as long as what they've done hasn't physically harmed people, right? I don't feel like serial killers deserve a second, third, or fourth choice. But for me, I feel like hopefully he comes back and he's learned from this. He's still young enough to learn from his mistakes. I think he's a very good footballer. And if he comes back and is in good form and is fit, then I think he'll get a move somewhere. Good luck to him. I don't think people need to pile the misery on him anymore. He'll be hurting. He'll be hurting. No football for, what was it, 9 months or whatever it was, or 7 months or whatever it was. It's a lot for a footballer to not do what you love. So he's paying the price, and hopefully he comes back bigger and stronger from it. We all deserve a second chance, depending, as long as it's not too bad. Remember that. Be nicer to each other, people. Be nicer. Don't be like Raul. Just kidding, Raul. Just kidding. Ishak has said it was so positive, but now it's not really now. But you know what, Ishak? I agree. But you know what? It's something they could solve very quickly. A couple of imagine before Friday, Spurs signed Van der Ven and Tapsoba. As a fan base, how much change would you see in us right now? How much would my demeanor change? All of your demeanor change? All of our comments would change. Now we're excited. Now we've got a goalkeeper, 2 new centre halves. We've got a playmaker. We've got an attacking manager. Now all of a sudden, we're a bit more excited. And that's the problem. It can change so quick. But Levy's got to want to make it happen. Everyone's saying it. We need a centre-back like Ledley King with knees. God, how good was Ledley? How good was Ledley? Swanix has said, as a bare minimum, we need 1 new centre-back on the plane. But I have to say it's not looking likely. No way we are getting centre-backs in 4 days. This is the worry. I agree. Because even if we... Look, to get a player on that plane now, you're going to have to agree a fee today, have a medical tomorrow, get them in the country by Wednesday and Thursday and get them on the plane. It's a big ask. Please don't let this progress. I don't want Longley. I've said all along, if he's our 4th choice centre-back, if Spurs sign Van der Ven, Tapsoba, we've already got Romero, and then Longley's your 4th choice, cool. But not in... If that's our next signing, that will completely sum up Tottenham Hotspur, won't it? Absolutely, I agree with you. Let's not put Toney in the Greenwood bracket. Is an illness and seeking help. It's ironic, considering all the gambling in the game. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very difficult subject, isn't it? You know, you've got all of these people that are sponsored by gambling companies. Fans gamble all the time, and then Toney's made out to be an absolute devil. Yeah, what he did wasn't right, but hey, listen, second chances for people. Bob Cunningham, how are you, Bob? Hope you're well, my friend. Said, what's the first question Postecoglou will be asked by Sky? I can guess. Are you going to be backed? I don't know. Where are we? I don't know. It's another one. It's a name that's been bandied about since January. I would like to think if rumours like this were true, Morton Barley, that it shouldn't be difficult to go and get him from, no offence, it shouldn't be too difficult to go and get him from where he is. But we make it difficult, don't we? Adam, absolutely. Ledley with no knees would do. Do you know what? I was watching the overlaps on tour yesterday, which was really funny. I thought Roy Keane was hilarious. And they brought Paul McGrath onto the stage. Now, for anyone old enough, they'll know who Paul McGrath was. He was another one like Ledley. Didn't train, but when he played was just superb. I'd take him now, and he must be in his 50s. Yeah, players will need a work permit too. Absolutely. Savva, Levy hates defenders. Yeah, Levy I'm sure he hates our club. Guys and girls, we are 20 likes away from 300. Smash that like button. And we are only 2 subscribers away from hitting 6,920. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll put out content for you every day for the foreseeable future. Let's do it. Cynical Dad has said, I'm more interested in shipping the Deadwood out the door. But the problem is, Cynical Dad, we need to do both. We need Deadwood out the door, and we need new blood in. Ishak has said, can't we not try out a youth player with Romero in the friendly? I mean, I don't think he will. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a Dorrington, a Charlie Sayers. Let's see who goes on the tour. But let's be fair. We shouldn't even be talking about that. It should be about a new centre-back building a partnership with Romero. That's what it should be. Phil Coy's, big up Phil. I said, being a footballer is a short career. It's a shame Toney is out for that long. Hopefully he comes back stronger. Completely agree with you. We've got to have some compassion in this world, people. We've got to have some compassion. As I said before, I will be live at 12 p.m. I'm not going, by the way, we're not finishing just yet, but I will be live at 12 on Syed TV. So join me. If you don't know who Syed is, go and watch his channel. Great YouTuber, great content creator, and part of the Big Six as well. Can we get 2 more subscribers? I love this guy. He's so rattled. Yeah, bro, don't be like me. I refuse to bash Conte, Mourinho, who have won everywhere they went, and start cheating for a novice at Premier League level. You need to prove your credentials here. Raul, I don't understand how people like you can't engage the brain. I didn't like Conte because of his style of football, not because he was a winner. There's a huge difference. Tottenham Hotspur need a Postecoglou to build. If you don't understand that, you don't understand Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know how many times I have to explain this to people like you that don't get it. Conte and Jose are not ready-made winners. 4 clubs that are ready to win. Spurs are not that club. We need to build. And Conte was not a build-type manager. Conte plays very negative, pragmatic football with some of the world's best that are ready to win. I don't like that football, and we haven't got the players ready to win. Why can you not understand that in your brain? I don't get it. All the people that constantly, Conte this, Conte wants to be here, Conte wants to build. No, he didn't. He might literally every press conference for about 3 months was him telling you he wanted to leave. So if you can't understand that, and Raul, one day I'll get you on and you can tell me why Conte was the right man for Spurs. It's not about them being winners. I know they're winners. Spurs aren't. Huge difference. Adam said McGrath was amazing, but Villa scum. It's a bit harsh. Howard Vale said maybe Richie can come good, especially what he said, how Conte spoke to him. Conte squashed Richie's confidence. I'm not allowed to say anything about Conte. Raul turns me off, Howard. He's not the manager for me. I know that much. Flash Errol, how are you, sir? Big up to you as well. I think Kane will be sold to Bayern. Well, they're gonna have to get their wallet out. At the moment, their £68 million sterling is not the one. Come on, guys. We are 1 subscriber away. Smash that subscribe button, people. Don't be tight. Absolutely, Phil. You're fed up of links. Act like a club that wants to be competitive and get those number 1 targets in. Phil, this is what I don't get. I keep hearing that we're going to get Tap sober. Why is it taking so long? If the player don't want to come, move on. If we don't want to pay the money for him, move on to another target. I just don't understand how we have these names that go into the system and then we're sort of there forever and ever and ever. Amit has said, what do you say about Arda Güler? Or I think the Turkish Messi. I've not seen enough of him, but he is raved about. Look, I guess we'll see bits of him at Real Madrid. I think he'll get a little bit of game time. Let's see. He's another one. Sometimes the press build up a player just to knock them down within a year. He's young. Let's see. Apparently, he's got all the skill set needed to be a great. Let's see. Many people have had that and many have failed. So, look, we'll see over the next the next couple of years, won't we? I agree, Marcus. Absolutely. That's all we're asking for. That's all we're asking for. I agree. Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag, Jose, Tuchel, Wenger, Fergie didn't prove themselves in the Premier League before coming here. I think what makes me laugh is, Paul, for me, it's the lack of understanding of what Tottenham are. I love this notion in life that, oh, Conte's a winner. We must win. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. It's like giving Lewis Hamilton a really bad car and saying, go on, you've won Formula One multiple times. Go and win it with this car that's not as good as everyone else's. It just doesn't make sense. And For me, I'm sorry. Sorry, what do you mean? Am I on YouTube 24 hours? I don't want to be rude. I don't understand what you mean. Of course I'm not on YouTube 24 hours. What? Weird. There are some weird people, some really weird people that say really weird things. And you start to see a link between who they are. Rahul is one. This guy's always in there saying weird stuff. Someone called Achilles is always saying really weird stuff. Again, look, for me, I look at it like this with the Conte thing, right? And we are going to end the show in the next 10 minutes. But I look at it like this. Name a club Conte has left in a better state. And what I mean by that is this. He might have won at places he's been to, right? But everywhere he goes, there seems to be problems in the dressing room, problems with the owners. It's not just at Spurs that happened. And lots of people have acknowledged that before he joined. Gary Neville said, I remember when Man United were linked with him before he joined Spurs. And Gary Neville said, I don't want him at Man United because what will happen is he'll come in, everything will be good for a year. Then it will become, I think the words he used were something like, it will become the Antonio Conte circus. And that's exactly what it became at Tottenham. Yes, he might have told some truth at the end, but you can't bring in a manager like Conte, give him a squad like Spurs and expect to play that pragmatic, boring football. And for fans like me to turn around and go, oh, I love this. It was some of the worst football I've ever seen under that man. I'm sorry. I make no, I apologize for saying this again and again, but I make no apologies for my opinion of Antonio Conte. I will never change that. I wouldn't wish him on any of my mates who support clubs. There's a reason. He'll never get a job at Barcelona. He'll never get the job at Madrid. He'll never get the job at Liverpool, at Man City, at Man United. He'll never get these jobs at Bayern Munich because they want to play football and this guy doesn't. Where are we? Corey boy, big up Corey. Hope you're well, my man. Long time no speak. I said, Anne just had to build his portfolio up. When he has gone to teams, he has cleared out the bad eggs. Some of you lot really need to do your research before bashing players and managers. Completely agree. Completely agree. Kate, big up Kate. How are you? Hope you're well. I said, big team shop at Harrods. We shop at Poundland. Levy needs to get the defence sorted out. Need centre-backs in. Too slow at transfers. Tick, tick, tick. Correct. Paul, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? He's like, am I on YouTube 24 hours? No, I'm not on YouTube for 24 hours. It's so stupid. Laugh out loud if I don't agree with you. I'm weird. This is a public platform. I have my own ideas. Did I get personal? No. Listen, Raul. What I think is weird is that you don't understand your own football club. That's what I don't get. As I said, now come back with an answer. Right? Why was Conte the right man for Tottenham Hotspur? There's the first question. Second question, did you like his style of play? Answer those two questions and we can have a debate. Why was he the right man for Spurs and did you enjoy his style of play? Yeah, listen, every fan base that have had Conte, speak to the Chelsea fans. He won them a title. They were like, no, we don't want him back. They hated his football. They didn't like him. People need to do, honestly, people have got to research, not you, Scott, but people have got to research before they just say, oh, he's a winner, right? Not at Tottenham, he's not. It's like Spurs signing Mbappe, saying he's a World Cup winner. Yeah? Don't mean he's winning anything at Tottenham Hotspur. Do you know what I mean? It's just madness. Corey said, look at the clubs Conte's been at. Into Chelsea. The Italian league is a piss-poor product and Conte has the tools to win it at Chelsea, had money to spend. Well, I think that's a bit harsh, Corey, on the Italian league being a piss-poor product. I mean, we've literally just watched Inter Milan get to a Champions League final and play really well. And AC Milan got to the semi-final. I think that's really, really harsh. Roma got to a final. Just fly. Conte is the sort of manager you need when you are nearly there and just need to get over the line. Best sentence. I said this, just fly. You've watched me for years. This is what I've said all along. This is the guy. Conte should have come in the year Poch got a second. The year Poch got a second, that's when you bring in a manager to get you over the line like Conte. You don't bring him in with this awful squad and and without the defensive stalwarts that he needs. Slot Watcher's Bodyguard has said, absolutely terrible football. It really was. It was worse football than Jose. Yes, it was. Yeah, he put me off with the football as well. Absolutely. Paul said, I thank God we avoided Contact United. He would have set us back another 5 to 10 years. See, this is the thing. Spurs fans just look at the fact he was a winner. Fans of winning clubs look at it and go, we don't want him. We don't want him. Adam agreed. Yeah, there were games last year where I would potter around. Normally I'm 100% concentrated, but there was times when I'd be pottering around, sorting out my YouTube stuff whilst it was on in the background because Spurs were that boring. TF Swag said, were we in a better shape before or after? Money spent, but for what? That money could have been spent on Ange to build a project. I agree, which is why I always wanted a forward-thinking manager in and not Conte. With 5 games in last season, Bridport had gone almost the season without a win. Sacked the manager, brought in a local lad, and finished mid-table. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. No, I can't be. Raul, if you want to come on, you can come on and tell me why I'm harsh on Conte. If you really want to, let me know if you do. Deje, thank you for another super chat. That said Conte doesn't even know how to shake hands properly. Bit of small man syndrome. Listen, I've got nothing against Conte for what he's done in his career, but that doesn't mean I have to like him as a manager. It really doesn't. 24 Hours Savva, great show, mate. Ignore the trolls. I just can't help it. I'll always want to speak to people in the chat. There's still over 400 of you in here. It's absolutely amazing. We have got 307 likes. Please smash that subscribe button. We're nearly at 6,930. And I really would love to get to 7K in the next couple of days. Arsenal are crap. I said, this bloke loves bashing people. Wow, okay, whatever. See you later, mate. Hit the like button on your way out. Italian teams were in all 3 Euro finals. Yeah, they might have done, but to say it's a piss poor product was really, really harsh, wasn't it? Okay, maybe harsh, but watch Serie A Savva and watch how boring it is. At least better than the French league. Corey, I watched the Italian league. Some of the games I watched were brilliant. I think we generalize quite a lot. We're sitting here talking about how bad Spurs are to watch, right? But then belittle other leagues. I think we've got to. I don't like it when English people do this. I really don't. We talk about every other league as though no one's any good. Raul said, no, Conte playing style was not good, but did you give him personnel to win anything? Jose got Spurs to a final. Levy sacked him. He got you Champions League. Spurs gave him long Larry Richarlison. Right, Raul, because we don't buy that. This reinforces my point. We can't attract the players that Antonio Conte would want to win things. We can't attract those players. We need someone that can build and build in a different way. This is what I don't get. Also, when we're talking about Conte, we gave him Longley. Conte apparently was the one that turned down James Maddison. And he turned down Dybala. And apparently he said, if I can't have Bastoni or Vardial, then I don't want anyone. So it goes both ways. At the end of the day, Raul, I'm a football fan. And what I watched from Conte was nothing short of mind-numbingly boring. So I'm sorry, not for me. I made the mistake of wanting Jose. And then you think to yourself, right, this is the first time we've gone out and got a world-class manager. And then very quickly we realized he wasn't being backed. Very quickly I said, no point in being here. Said the same thing about Conte the whole way through. But people just say, give him what he needs. Spurs can't attract those players. Give him Bastoni. Bastoni don't want to come to Tottenham Hotspur. So we've got to, it's common sense. This is what I don't get. It's common sense. Look at the caliber of players Arsenal buying when they've come Champions League, and Spurs last season when they were in Champions League. Spurs didn't match his ambition. But again, the difference is Arsenal were a bigger club with a history of winning things. Right? If Spurs last year had signed Kai Havertz, fans like you would have been saying we've not backed Conte. I'm seeing fans say that Declan Rice isn't worth the money, but yet they're backing him. So which one is it? Sorry, people can You know, Daniel said Conte didn't get backed and Conte did not commit to the club. It was never going to work. It was never going to work from day one, was it, Daniel? Let's be brutally honest. Let's be really, really honest. Ruti Toot has said, oh, just now we're getting silly, getting headlines saying we're after Vlahovic. Do you know what? I like Vlahovic. I can only imagine if he's available, which apparently he is, that the likes of Chelsea and Bayern Munich will go for this guy. I think Bayern Munich will eventually give up on Kane and go for Vlahovic at about 60 million. That's just a thing. Solomon Medical is ongoing at Spurs. Yeah, he's having his medical today. So hopefully we get that wrapped up and he's all good to go on the plane for our tour, for our pre-season tour. Let's hope we get that wrapped up. Here we go. This is what makes you laugh. Have a look at this, right? Anybody who look, this is the shambles that are Spurs. You ready? This is what Romano has just announced. Right? Tottenham are still considering Edmund Tapsoba as a top target, but no official bid yet. While talks will continue for both Tapsoba and Van der Ven this week, final decision on new centre-back will depend on asking price, negotiations with Leverkusen and Wolfsburg. I mean, really? Really? How long does it take? It is a shambles. Big up, Brian. It is an absolute shambles. Still no bid 2 weeks later. It will depend on price and negotiation. Oh, my God. It's just... oh, good God. It's so frustrating. What made me laugh, Dejah, about this? The people saying Conte wasn't backed, right, are the same people at the end of last season saying we won the transfer window. The same people going, oh, my God, he's had 160 odd million. Look, we've bought all these players Spurs could challenge. Then all of a sudden, when Conte does badly, it's, he wasn't backed. Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, listen, it's just, absolutely. But this is what made me laugh, Paul. Look at us trying to get Tapsoba over the line, or haven't even bid, and fans thought that we'd get Bastoni. I mean, like, our fans are deluded. No offense, but fans like Rahul are deluded. Just give Conte all these world-class players. Yeah, because that's the club we are. I can tell the fans that have supported Spurs for a long time versus those that haven't. Tarek has said, not a Spurs fan, but my brother, you're an elite content creator. Hosting Tobes and Fuad was an epic show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind words. With those kind words, can we get 5 or 6 more subscribers in the next 7 minutes before the show finishes? Can we get to 6,930? Can we? I'm not sure. Daniel has said, so frustrated about the centre-back situation. I don't care about Solomon, which is a shame, because he'll probably be good for us. I think the problem is that the centre-back situation is overshadowing everything, Daniel, isn't it? Brian, absolutely every single day is Levy out day. Rooty Toot, absolutely. Why are they even talking to Spurs? I just don't believe these conversations are as advanced as we're making out or are being made out. It's embarrassing though, isn't it? It's embarrassing every day. Oh, Spurs are still in talks. Oh my God, really? Just pay and get the guys. Just pay and get them. I just don't get it. Hiss and Bluff Hoggies has said another club's going to jump in and grab Van der Ven and tap soap from under our noses. Yeah, you can already see it, my friend, can't you? West Ham are favourites to sign Alex Scott too. No defenders. The hits keep coming. I'm just, my early pre-season optimism has faded away very, very fast. Yet Levy spewed 50 million plus 10 million add-ons on an underwhelming Richarlison. It just doesn't make sense, mate. It doesn't, does it? Nothing seems to make sense. Thank you to the person that just subscribed. 5 more subscribers in the next 6 minutes. We can do this. Smash that subscribe button. Smash the like button as we're nearly at 350. Thank you very much, everyone. Dennis has said they know we need a centre-back and they are stuffing around as usual. Dennis has gone on to say, interested FC, and then we say we tried. People they'll say, oh, Levy tried, we just couldn't. People are defending it already. Already the defence is coming out for him. Oh, but Van der Ven's not worth 40 million euros. Then why are we looking at him? Why are we looking at him if we're not even prepared to pay 40 million euros, which is 40 million euros in sterling? If we're not prepared to pay 34.2 million pounds for centre-backs, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's a joke. Dennis has said, I've lost my enthusiasm after this week. Sav Dog Woof Woof has said, if Spurs were willing to surprise us by getting Richarlison for 60 million, by acknowledging the higher premium for strikers, then why can't we apply that logic for centre-backs, especially the urgency? For sure. For sure. I just don't get it. I will never, ever, ever like this owner. I just can't. It's the same thing every window. Peter, I mean, you've got would they want Tanganga? I don't know why they'd want Tanganga. Daniel, the whole thing just stinks. Kate, yeah, even then we got Maddison, didn't we? We've wanted Maddison for years and we've waited until he's got relegated and has 1 year left rather than paying for him when he was 60 or 70 million. It's just bad. Guys, we are going to wrap up the show in a couple of minutes. Can we get 3 or 4 more subscribers to get this to 6,930? Can we get to the 7K by the end of today or maybe tomorrow? Big up Brian Daigle. Absolutely. Everyone loves Brian Daigle. If you haven't already, go over and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour. Brian is a very good, I'd like to say, he might tell you differently, a very good friend of mine. Even if we go a couple of weeks without talking, I've always got time for Brian. One of life's good guys, always there to talk to, always there for a good chat. So thank you for everything you do for this community, Brian. You are a legend. Phil, another good guy, has said, I keep telling myself, the window shuts on September the 1st, but we should have got these players over the line by now so Ange can work with the squad he wants over pre-season. This, and more this. Absolutely. Shafay, very, very kind of you. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. If Shafay can put in £10 for a super chat, then 4 more of you can go over and subscribe. He said it's hard to even dream of someone buying the club. Can you imagine the hell Levy will make them go through? It will be worse than the Man U situation. It would drag on for years. Yes, it would, Shafay. I am in complete agreement. Yes, it would. Let's be fair. He's got no need to sell it. He's going to make money hand over fist, isn't he? It's just also, it's also samey. Is that a word? Samey. It is what it is. Levy taking a piss out of you guys. Good targets, decent money, and still won't pay. Absolutely. Everyone can see it other than Levy and the Levy in fan club. I think Van der Ven was just a plan B in case we didn't get Tapsoba over the line, but now we're having trouble getting him. What makes you laugh, though, David? If Tapsoba is plan A, how is there still no bid? How have we still not bid for the man? I'm absolutely baffled. Savva, you should know the Levy show. Remember when we were getting Bruno and the Argentine? Yeah, I know. But it's the love for the club. It's the passion for the club that hurts, isn't it? No, I wouldn't have Son as captain. I don't think he's captain material. I think he downs tools rather easily and is inconsistent. For me, not a leader of men. Only my opinion. Don't shoot me. It's a Levy trick. Everyone is going to be so bored of the centre-back signings. We'll be happy to sign Harry Maguire. The problem is, Brian, much love to you, brother. Much love. I really do appreciate that. It's not often people say such nice things. That's my wife subscribed to my YouTube channel. No, why would she? No, she doesn't want alerts I don't want her having alerts every 5 minutes as to when I'm going live. Then when she comes home and says, oh, why hasn't this been done? She'll know when I was YouTubing or not. No. I don't know. Maybe she has without telling me. I've got no way of seeing every subscriber. But yeah, listen, that's a good point that the person made just now. That's a really, really good point. Are we literally just doing this so that when we do finally sign an average centre back, we all go, oh, he got one at last? Paul, there are. And by the way, we're 2 subscribers away from 6,930. Let's not stop this show till we get 2 more. Come on, people. Come on. I agree. Van der Ven and Tapsoba should be plan A. But it is absolutely shocking. Yeah, we had this question earlier on in the show. I think he will go because I think it's just too much hassle for all the media and stuff if he doesn't go. They definitely have subscribed. The dogs have subscribed. If they don't subscribe, they don't get food. They're, yeah. And Mari, big up, my man. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well over there in the States. Has said, watch us sign option C after the tour. Defender Ko Itakura from Gladbach. Then reports will come out that we've been interested months ago. It's not the Brighton way, it's the Levy way. Mate, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's starting to very much look that way. But Mari, this is why when we had that debate during the 24-hour live stream and you were saying about Bastoni, we can't even get Tapsoba or Van der Ven, and people think that we should have got Bastoni. Guys and girls, I am going to go. I need to have a quick bite to eat, and I'm on a show at 12. So listen, thank you very much. Guys and girls, the beautiful thing, we'll be back. We will be back in 24 hours. I'm streaming later today with Saeed, and then at 6 o'clock, I am on with Rants from Rants and Bants. So please join me. Please smash the like button. Here we go. This is another one. But Savva, to be honest, Van der Ven is not worth 40 million. I can't stand this type of fan. No offense. It's 34 million pounds, right? Be patient. I mean, how many more times are we going to be told to be patient with transfers? If you don't understand the Sego, why we need these players on the tour, I give up. You are everything Daniel Levy loves. I'm going to end the show there because when people start putting in silly comments, it just annoys me. Guys and girls, much love. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you for all of the super chats. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the people that have subscribed. I love every single one of you, even the people I disagree with. It's only football. Let's be kind to each other. It's only football, people. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of Tuesday Morning Chat with Savva. See you later, people. Bye-bye.